Welcome. Now that you've gotten familiarized with the teacher resources, let's dive into an actual unit. We're going to start with getting started. That's the first section of every unit in ThinkUp Science. So make sure to take out your teacher edition and student edition and follow along as we talk about the components found in these next few learning modules. As teachers ourselves, we know all the work that goes into a great lesson. We want to ensure you're equipped with everything you need to prepare a successful unit for your students. In the Teacher Edition, every unit starts with the Getting Started section. The first thing we do in this section is clarify the TEKS and identify it as either a supporting or readiness standard. It's important that you understand the focus TEKS in the unit before you dive into the unit with your students. Not only do we clarify the TEKS in this section, but we also provide you with the Prerequisite Standards section. We identify science concepts from the previous grade levels, which aid the foundation for understanding the focus standard of the unit. At this point in your learning modules, I challenge you to look in the table of contents and find a concept that you will be covering with your students in the next week. Go to that unit and discover what skills your students should have mastered in the previous grade levels. Knowing this alone will help you with your planning. All our writers for ThinkUp Science are former educators with years of experience in the classroom, and we want to pass our knowledge on to you. In the Teacher Edition, we provide you with common errors and misunderstandings that students often make while trying to master the standard. In science, students come with a wide variety of misconceptions and misunderstandings about the world around them. We just want to give you a heads up on what to look out for, so that you will be ready to turn those misconceptions and misunderstandings into learning opportunities. We also included some teacher-to-teacher tips. These are ideas and strategies that we found useful when teaching students this concept. I know that we cannot physically be there to help you with every lesson, but we still want you to feel supported while planning. We want to take as much prep work off your plate as possible by providing you with information to help you get started. Now it's time for you to look through your Teacher Edition. Find a concept that has given you difficulty in the past. Go to the Getting Started section and explore what common errors and misunderstandings your students might be struggling with, and check out the teacher-to-teacher tips to get ideas on instructional strategies you might not have tried yet. We have clarified the TEKS in the Teacher Edition, but how does it look like when a student masters that standard? We provided both the teacher and the student with the TEKS learning targets. Many schools require teachers to post I can or I will statements on the board for students during lesson, and we have provided those for you in the Student Edition. It is important for both you and the students to understand what it looks like to master a standard. Again, we want to remove work off your plate and provide you with the information. Also, these targets are clearly laid out for the student at the beginning of every unit. Students can use this list of targets to evaluate how they're doing throughout the unit. Many teachers say that they like to revisit these targets throughout the unit and use it as a checklist for their students by having them highlight the targets that they feel they have mastered. ThinkUp Science includes assessments of prerequisite skills for grades 3 through 8. Each assessment covers prerequisite skills necessary for mastery of the unit standard. These pre-assessments provide teachers with a better foundation for planning unit instruction. The pre-assessments are not found in the student editions. Teachers can go to support.mentoringminds.com under the product support icon to receive PDF versions of these tests. Or, if your campus purchased digital access, then teachers will be able to assign out pre-assessments within the online system to their students. We also provide a diagnostic assessment tool exclusively in our online platform for grades 1 through 8. This tool allows teachers to assess student understanding of previous grade level standards at the beginning of the year to evaluate any learning gaps. This provides great data for the teacher, which will help drive future instruction. It is our mission to provide students with the opportunity to build their critical thinking skills. Our goal goes beyond just teaching students to master a standard or pass a test. We want them to develop these critical thinking skills that they can take with them beyond the classroom. If we teach our students to think up, then mastering a skill or passing a test will fall into place. Mentoring Minds materials are known for their level of rigor that matches the TEKS and matches the level of rigorous questions found on the STAR test. To build students up to be able to master that level of rigor, we strategically place opportunities to exercise 2 of the 9 critical thinking traits throughout every unit. Throughout the unit, we provide metacognition opportunities for students to think about their thinking. These opportunities provide experiences to deepen their understanding of the 9 traits of critical thinking and how they apply to science. It is imperative that teachers allow the time needed for students to apply, think, and reflect each time a critical thinking icon appears throughout the unit.